Sitting well. The first thing you want to do when you're sitting well is to make sure you've got your chair at the right height. So your hip needs to be higher than your knee. If your knee is the same height as your hip or higher than your hip, it's really, really difficult to sit up well. So make sure, even if you have to stack some towels or thick book or something between you and the chair, make sure that your hip is above the line of your knee. Then make sure your feet are flat on the floor. You can't see my feet in the video, but I've got them both down on the ground. So if I was sitting really far back, I would have to be up on my toes. So sit as close to the edge of your chair as you need to have your feet flat on the floor. Now wiggle around and feel your sitting bones beneath you. They're the bones that are at the base of your pelvis, and you sit right on top of them. Well, certainly you can feel them when you're sitting. So wiggle around, feel your sitting bones. Now I want you to roll back off your sitting bones. So you've curled your pelvis and you're feeling on the back of your sitting bones. And now come forward and up and roll on the front of your sitting bones. Do that a couple of times. So you're curling the pelvis, tucking your pubic bone forward, and then rolling forward and lifting the sitting bones behind. Roll back. And now roll right up on top of your sitting bones so you feel them right underneath you on the chair. As you can see from my posture, it's quite easy at that point to come up into a straight spine. So you're on top of your sitting bones, lean ever so slightly forward, and you'll feel the weight come a little bit more into your legs and your feet. From there, imagine a helium balloon coming out of the top back of your skull, lengthening you up. Let your pelvis rest nice and heavily on the seat, and let all of your spine lengthen up and away from there. It's quite easy, once you've got your pelvis in the right position, to be naturally coming into a lengthened spine. Make sure that you're not thrusting your rib cage out and pulling your shoulders back. You're just on top of your sitting bones, ever so slightly leant forward. The weight is in your feet, and the spine can naturally lengthen, keeping the back